What's your major?
Political science and history.
And you're the head of the College Republicans?
That's correct.
How did you feel about them bringing Rove here?
I'm very happy, actually. It's not too often we get conservative speakers here on campus, especially those that actually brought and paid for by the university. UI lecture committee here is responsible for bringing in a large number of speakers each year. Recently they brought out McChesney, Noam Chomsky. It's been quite a, they brought Jimmy Carter. It's been Bill Clinton. It's been a long time since we had a good conservative, and I think they picked a conservative, and they picked a very good one to bring. Controversial figure, but very intelligent, also plays a large role here in the 21st century. I mean, agree with him or not, the guy truly understands politics, and I think there's a lot to learn from him. I just wish students would get a little bit more of a chance to talk, because I think there's a lot more to touch than just the Iraq War side of him, but more just the actual election process where he actually had the most impact. Then we focus too much on administration decisions, which he kind of played a smaller role in, but the election itself, that's something we can learn a lot from. I mean, that is a true political masterpiece.
How did you feel about the presentation as a whole tonight?
I think it was expected that there's going to be some protesters. I mean, it could be more controlled, but I mean, it's not easy to do. It's a large group of people. You're going to have some people that are upset. They have every right to do what they do. Maybe not the most respectable sometimes, but it is their right. So I don't think there's much else they could have done otherwise. But I think how it was originally set up and everything is very well done. The moderator just needed a little bit more time. The problem is the protesters didn't give him much time to talk. So I mean, the moderator didn't really get to do a whole lot. But it was good questions, and Karl addressed everything very well, and it was great to listen to hear his thoughts here on campus.
How did you feel about the turnout of either conservatives or people who supported Rove? There seemed to be kind of a chunk of you around here. Were there a lot of college Republicans here with you?
Yes, this actual entire section here was college Republicans. We had a special event with Karl Rove before. Karl Rove was a College Republican National Committee Chairman, so very, very attached to CRs. Every time he goes to campuses, he always likes to sit down and meet with the college Republicans. So we actually got to meet with him before this event, which is very enjoyable. Really good chances to actually meet the man, know him a little bit more personally. Then the UI lecture committee was kind enough to give us a little nice block of seats in here, and they also gave a block of seats to Johnson County Republicans. They did the same when Bill Clinton came on the opposite side, just to give us kind of an opportunity to have a little chance to get really close, to get to know him, since we're kind of the activists on campus that push people like Karl Rove. So that was very nice, and I noticed a good conservative turnout overall. I mean, a lot of them you couldn't hear over a lot of the screaming in the crowd, but there's a lot more than I think that people heard here. Because I mean, there's a lot of clapping, so I think it's a pretty diverse crowd for what the university typically is.
Okay. And last question, in terms of topics that were covered tonight, what are some of the ones that you thought were the most important that you really wanted to hear him speak about?
Well, what I really wanted to hear him speak about was, and talked about a whole lot, was the 2004 and the 2000 election. So he played a really large role. I got to hear a lot of the event prior to this. That's something we didn't get to hear a lot here. The Iraq War is focused a lot, which is probably the most controversial part of the Bush administration. It makes sense why it's focused a lot on, but I think the war on terror was overshadowed completely everything else, and I wish we could have got more things covered than what we did.
Okay. And are you hoping for any other conservatives in the near future?
Oh, most certainly. We'll keep pushing them, and I hope they'll bring someone else here, but I think it's going to be a little while. Rove is one of the more expensive speakers, so it'll be a little time before we get another conservative here, but hopefully next school year we'll get one.